Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Roundtable Discussions, Coffee with Ambassadors. I'm reporter Chen Ziyuan. So ahead of the Forum on China and Africa Cooperation, we're having this roundtable discussions, and joining me today on our panel discussion is first of all our Namibian Ambassador to China, Elia George Kaiyamo, and also Board Chairman of China Henan International Cooperation Group Company, Cheng, and also on the far side, Manager of Technology and Digitalization Department at the CGNPC Uranium Resources, Jiang Feng. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. And the discussion will be focused on business in mining and China and Africa friendship and much more to come. And we begin our discussions by knowing a bit more about Namibia. So, Ambassador, would you like to introduce us a bit more of your country to our viewers?
Wow. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk about Namibia. Namibia is one of the countries in Africa that is the best friend of China. If the Chinese want to know who are their friends in Africa, you start with Namibia. The capital is the Windhoek. Namibia is the most stable country in the world and in Africa. Political stable, economic stable, financial stable, and cultural stable, and all the attributes you can mention. Namibia has 3 million people, very few people, but a big country. Namibia has the best roads in Africa. I'm sure my brother here will tell more.
Thank you.
I repeat again, Namibia has the best roads in Africa. This is why we want the Chinese electrical cars to come to Namibia in the near future, so they can drive on these cars. Namibia has the best people who can promote Namibia-China relationship. Namibia has a full-time sun. If you want to enjoy sun, come to Namibia. Namibia is the best June in Africa, where you can enjoy our environment and also animals. You can come and watch animals. You can come and watch how our animals freely move around. And importantly, in this connection is that Namibia is one of the countries that has in its own constitution an article protecting the environment, meaning that all our environment properties, including snakes, are protected by the constitution. So Namibia is a country that has been free for the past 35 years. And our freedom came about because China helped us to liberate our country. Namibia is a country that, like the Chinese, Namibia is a country that admire Chairman Mao Zedong. That's why recently we took his stature to Namibia to establish the relationship and to continue showing our good bilateral relationship between our two countries. Namibia has the best harbor in that part of the world, also built by China. We need more people to come to Namibia to invest. And also important, I want to tell this that Namibia is a trusted country by China. The biggest investment of China in Africa is in Namibia, in the uranium mine. My brother will talk about that. So if China can trust Namibia to invest so much money, why not everybody can come to Namibia and invest? Because Namibia is a stable country, political, and so on. Also, on the other hand, you don't need to carry these American dollars. You can carry your RMB, yuan, to Namibia. So you are welcome. So you don't need to stress yourself with the American imperialist dollar, so you can carry your Chinese yuan to Namibia. And also, Namibia is a country that accepts China socialism, Namibia socialism with Chinese characteristics, meaning that the ruling party, SWAPO, of which I belong, adopted in its Congress few years ago to adopt Namibia socialism with Chinese characteristics. And we want to learn more from China. China has a good story to tell. China showed the world that it's serious with its help us, and we are ready to be helped by China in our development. Namibia is ready to march with you in the long march. Thank you.
So that's a lot of aspects from roads infrastructure to wildlife, animal, and also the political system. And let me start with Mr. Cheng, who has spent so many years, even more, nearly 3 decades in Africa. So love to hear your story and also your company's project in Namibia and also your story in Africa.
Thank you, Chen. Thank you for inviting us to be present here and exchange our views of Sino-Namibia friendship under the Belt and Road Initiative. Myself was working in African countries for 28 years as a civil construction engineer. But I'm not majoring in English, so I try to speak slowly, so you could catch up with me. CHICO, China Henan International, is a state-owned multinational economic and technical cooperation group. We are based in Henan province. We are established in 1983. So during the past 41 years, we have executed over 800 international engineering projects, as well as mining projects, agriculture projects in more than 20 countries, mainly in Africa. Now, CHICO serves as a key enterprise for Henan province as a going global initiative. For Namibia, CHICO is the first Chinese road contractor. We entered Namibia since the year 2007. We have successfully completed 24 projects already, roads, bridges, and railways, with a total length of 2,000 kilometers in Namibia. Currently, one road construction project between Rundu and Divendu is being executed now, and another project is at Gusa Mine. It's a road maintenance project there. So now we have 22 Chinese colleagues and 220 Namibia colleagues on site today. We are proud that CHICO has achieved 6 milestones in Namibia. Among all the Chinese enterprises, we are awarded the first road, the first bridge, the first railway, and the first road maintenance project. CHICO is the first Chinese company joining with Namibia state-owned company for implemented the road project, and the first Chinese company awarded the Reading Quality Award issued by Road Authority of Namibia. We have delivered all the projects with high quality. For example, the road project in the south between Kismansho to Marinto was handed over to Road Authority 2 months ahead of the schedule. Therefore, CHICO is fully recognized and highly praised by the Namibia government, as well as the local people, especially by the founding father, the former president, and the late president. Thank you.
And we heard Cheng's story, and we'd love to hear Mr. Jiang's story. You have been working there for 4 years.
Thank you, Chen, for inviting. First, allow me to introduce myself. Actually, as Chen mentioned, I worked in Namibia for 4 years, between 2019 to 2023. Actually, at that time, I just finished my study, finished my MBA program in the US. And then I was sent to Africa. That is the first time I visit Africa, and it's a little bit different for me. And last year in 2023, I returned to CGN, which is the parent company of the company I worked for in Namibia, called Swakop Uranium. I think Mr. Ambassador is pretty familiar with. The CGN is a large energy, clean energy group. So it's like tie link between the Swakop uranium and the CGN. During my 4-year time of working and living there, I think that has been an incredible, enriching experience, both professionally and personally. So I have a lot of memories in that area. So, but when we mentioned the company, Swakop Uranium, actually Swakop Uranium is the company who operates the Husab mine. Husab mine is known to many people, but the company is called Swakop Uranium. So the Husab mine, the product we produce there is used for clean nuclear power generation, which is crucial in reducing carbon emissions. So SU, Swakop Uranium is short for SU. SU focus not only on SU focus not only on extracting uranium, but also like on sustainable development. We are committed to safety, we are committed to eco-friendly, and also we are committed to supporting the local communities. This includes initiatives such as like local employment, local procurement, and talent development, and skill transfer, and also our contributions on local projects. So all this aimed to like being to leaving a lasting positive impact on Namibia. So I think that's my story with Namibia.
And we heard that there's roads and also...
Can I add?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Love to hear it.
No, all these stories telling here, I'm quite well aware. I can start here. Mm-hmm. Recently in December, last December, I took holiday just to see the roads, the whole country. And I traveled on the road he was talking about.
Wow.
Thank you.
He was talking about. I traveled on that road, 1990 when we got independence, and you could see you travel like this on the road. But this time, I could travel with my car 200 kilometers, no stop.
200 kilometers?
Yeah, so
wow.
So smoothly. What I'm telling, I can confirm that the roads built by him, especially the one he's talking about, I just traveled last December and found it very comfortably and quite impressive. A good story to tell. This is why I was telling you this afternoon that the Chinese have so many stories to tell, but they don't tell it. You must tell this story to the Chinese people so they know what to do for Namibia.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And also to come to my younger brother here, that his company brought some perspectives to the coast, to the regional government and to the regional community. I was speaking to the governor, and he was happy. He's quite happy with the social responsibility that your company is showing to the people there. The people are happy. One example is that you are supporting their football team.
Yeah.
So what he was saying is true. I can confirm that.
And I'd love to hear your perspective, especially you said that roads are being built. You're introducing more clean energy into your country, especially you're expecting Chinese electronic vehicles coming to drive on the road. So what are some of the areas of focus that Namibia is looking forward to?
Yeah, no, the clean energy and also more infrastructure. You see, more infrastructure, we need more roads. Because if we need to bring more Chinese to Namibia to travel, they need to travel on roads. Our roads are covered around between 8 and 9% tar road, but and the others are well covered too. But we need more. We also need infrastructure in terms of connection, telephone connection. Also, we need to build. We want now to build, for example, a railway project between Namibia and Botswana, so that we linked our harbor with Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, etc., so that we can have a smooth transition of the production.
So roads already, now we're still looking for more as well as for railway, and also to not only for people to commute to travel, but also to have trades, right?
Exactly. And also we also want to the space to people to communication, especially to develop our communication system so that people can take their China phones, China mobile phone, to go to Namibia and link and talk to the people in Henan. So it's without too much challenges. So we want still to continue building on the infrastructure and connections.
And I would love to hear some story from Mr. Cheng. I heard that you prepare some stories for us. Yes, for some of your colleagues working in Namibia. And what are some of the stories that inspire you?
41 years in Africa, 17 years in Namibia. We know Africa, we know Namibia. As an international company, Chico is a strong advocate of localization management. We have made positive efforts and achieved milestones in many aspects, such as promoting local employment, supporting gender equality, organizing technical and skill training, helping the development of SME subcontractors, which is very important, Mr. Ambassador, and fulfilling corporate social responsibilities. Chico regularly organizes construction technology training, safety management training, and HIV awareness training. We focus on the sustainable development of every employee. This training has increased the employees' self-confidence and level of understanding their jobs. In each project, the ratio of Chinese employee to local employee is 1 to 10. That means 1 Chinese, 10 Namibia. More than 80% of local employees are young people, and over 20 are women. Meanwhile, the localization ratio of the senior management personnel in the project has reached more than 50, half Chinese, half Namibia. I mean the high-level management, such as the head of the Department of Human Resources, head of the Department of HSE, the chief laboratory, surveying, and other management, and so on. I like to tell you 2 stories, which I made some homework. One of the Namibia colleague, his name is Kahutiji, sorry for my pronunciation, Kahutiji Daman. He's from Kavango, East Namibia. When that gentleman graduated from high school in 2002, he went back home and relied on farming for his livelihood. In 2007, since Chico entered into Namibia, and we started building the road from Rundu to Ilundu, he was hired as a worker. Benefiting from the company's training and the guidance of Chinese foremen, he has mastered the cooperation of road construction equipment and quickly grown up to a technical supervisor. His salary increased from 2,000 Namibia dollar to 40,000 Namibia dollars now, which was a big change for him as well as for his family, I think. It is also Chico's priority to support and promote local enterprises, especially the SME subcontractor. We have been cooperating with more than 20 local SME subcontractors and numerous suppliers in the project construction industry. For every project implemented by us, the subcontractor will perform over 30% of the whole contract value to enhance the competitiveness and drive the development of local business. I'd like to share another case. In 2010, Manpower, a local company, a subcontractor, participated as a subcontractor in our project from Okhandija to Caribib. It's a 35 kilometers long road. Through our supporting local SME plan, this company has established a strong presence in the road and bridge construction sector in Namibia. The number of employees by the start was only 4 workers. Now it has 200. The equipment was expanded from by the beginning, they only have a concrete mixer. By now, they have a mixed fleet of major road machinery, trucks, dump trucks, and buses, and so on. The annual revenue has increased from 100,000 Namibia dollar to 30 million Namibia dollar now. So this is the story I want to share with you, Mr. Ambassador. Yeah. Thank you.
I can see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm sharing all this. What he's saying is for me well known. Before I come here, I was Deputy Minister of Home Affairs, responsible for immigration and visas. I give visas to his employee when he came, when they started. He even brought his cooker to cook noodles. And I allow him to bring those cooker to cook noodles for 10 years. Then I say, after 10 years, you don't bring any more your cooker to come and cook noodles.
We need to have fair food.
we have students who studied here who can do the same work, and they respect that.
Okay, thank you.
And also, he mentioned a very important point of gender equality. I see Namibia has all the best qualities, the best roads, the best political stability, also the best country in the world with the best gender equality, meaning that women and men are equal. In our parliament, men and women are equal. So it's a policy. So all for information, our future president, who will be president 2025, we have election this year, is a woman.
It's a woman.
And this is Netumbo Ndaitwa. She's a foreign minister, now is vice president. She is a product of the Beijing 1995 Women Conference. 1995, I was telling you that China has good stories to tell. 1995, China brought all the women in the world to China to talk about gender equality. And my minister, who is now vice president, was part of that generation. And since then, 1995, she became a promoter of gender equality in Namibia. Minister of Gender Equality, all the laws of gender in Namibia equal was brought by her. Now, she's the future president, meaning that Namibia respect the Beijing Conference 1995, Beijing Declaration, and now my president, the future president, will be a woman who is product of that. So meaning that Namibia is a showcase to the world about gender equality. I invite the Chinese to come to Namibia to learn about gender equality, so they know what this gender equality all means at all levels.
She's the first woman president, right?
Yes, she'll be the first president of Namibia. And also now, the road between Henan or Congo to Rundu was also built by China.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there.
We have finished 24 roads and bridges and railways project already in Namibia. 2,000 kilometers.
So this now why we need to continue cooperating, because this is the initial product of FOCAC, initial product of cooperation. So we need now we establish good relationship. Now we need now to continue building on relationship. Now he was talking about empowering of our young people. So this is a good thing. But for that now, the Chinese young people need also to understand where we are coming from. They need to understand why we took Mao Zedong stature to Namibia is because we want to make sure that the two countries are linked by politics, are linked by history. We also want to continue to be part of the legacy of those people who are promoting the legacy of Mao Zedong. It's only when we understand that legacy we'll be able to appreciate the new era.
Knowing so many connections, I learned a lot from the discussion that we are currently having, is that we're not only connected in so many ways, the projects that are still ongoing, but we are connected already through history,
Exactly.
through politics,
Exactly.
through all the exchange that we previously had, and all the seed has grown, and we see some fruitful outcome from this exchanges. So how about Mr. Jiang? What's your story, and also what are some of your observations, because you're definitely working there longer.
Okay.
So how are the people responding for Chinese technology coming in, Chinese company coming in, and how are they responding to this from your observation?
Okay. So compared to Chico, SU, Swartcover Uranium does not have that long history. It's only 11 years since the construction of the Husab mine. But over the past 11 years, SU has already become the cornerstone in the Namibia's mining industry. But we don't have like much show up here and there because we don't build the roads. We only like locate in the center of Namib Desert. So contributing, SU contributes significantly to the country's GDP. So last year in 2023, during the 10th anniversary of Husab mine, since construction, the founding president, your colleague, Dr. Sam Nujoma, visited the Husab mine for the third time. It's already 3 times. And he was very happy about the transformation of that previously small village into the large mine today. So that's his impression. And SU not only has state-of-the-art infrastructure, but also like supports about 1,700 employees and over 2,000 business partners. The infrastructure improvements, the growth of local business, the increased employment and job opportunities, and also the growing talent pool. We call it the Talent Develop Program, and also the uplifted community are all clear indicators of the SU's success there. When you mentioned about their acceptance of the new technology, judging by my experience, I have some of the colleagues who work really close to me. They really love like the new technology brought by Chinese. A lot of them like ask me to bring back some Huawei phone for them, like, and some of them even download the WeChat just for the convenience to like chat with me, because I don't know what problem with my phone. I always have some problems with WhatsApp. So whenever I download it, I cannot like chat smoothly, but some of them like even download WeChat, and then like they start to show some postage, and I think even they even follow the news from China, and sometimes they know like President Xi like gave some speech or something, like, but I should say only 1 to 2 persons in Swartcover Uranium, they mentioned President Mao Zedong, like the Mr. Ambassador. So I think the younger generation, they don't know much about President Mao Zedong, but they know like a lot of President Xi. They love to see the world outside, I should say that, and they love to chat with me and know about some of the changes in Asia, some of the changes in China. So I should say like they like to, they are really warm, and they are really like welcome. Whenever I went to their like house, and anytime barbecue is ready. They know I love a barbecue. Yeah.
So that's why Ambassador said that connections is very important, because it's a way to tell stories and also connect it with the world.
I want also to that. Yeah, no, what he's saying is it's important to tell the good stories. The WhatsApp you're talking about is the capitalist provider.
Yeah.
The WeChat is the Chinese provider, and it's more customer friendly. The Chinese is more customer friendly. Namibian people want to link to WeChat
Chinese,
because it's more friendly.
Yes.
It's not it's comfortable with them. So the people want to do that. But also the issue I want the Chinese to understand, especially you young people, is to understand the importance of Mao Zedong in the relationship between Namibia and China, Africa and China. At the 40th anniversary of the reforms of this country,
Yes.
Jiang said, we must go back to the basics. Those basics must go back and read Marx, Engels, Lenin, Mao, and Jiang thoughts. It's only when we know where we are coming from, we'll be able to know where we are going. By understanding the legacy of Mao Zedong, you'll be able to have a push the development with a backup. For example, my president, you're talking about Sam Nujoma,
Yeah.
the founding father of Namibian nation, came to China in 1965
96.
to Mao Zedong to ask, because that time we were fighting for independence, to ask for food, weapons, training, etc. And Mao Zedong give us those assistance. That's why we respect him. That's the legacy we need. The legacy we need to promote. The legacy Jiang is promoting. That's why the legacy, you guys must understand, the role played by Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, Zhou Enlai, and others. This connection. Also understand that, you see, we need to tell this exchange should tell us more about the relationship and about the history of China, so that young people should appreciate more what Mao Zedong did for this country and for the world. It's only when you tell, by exchanging, it's not only come and drink tea, also exchange the history. So you know this history and this cooperation is not only started now, it has been there for many years. We just need to keep the legacy. And that's why Namibia sent me here to be part of the long march, the new long march, to march with the Chinese to the new era and to the prosperity for all of us.
That's my fault. Maybe like I should have promoted more President Mao Zedong. But like even for me, I don't, to be honest, like I don't have so many stories to promote. But at least I should have promoted more of President Mao Zedong.
And I guess that's why we're sitting here with Ambassador to have the coffee chat, so that we get inspired and continue to learn more. And also, this is why we're holding this roundtable discussion since the Forum on China and Africa Cooperation is happening in early September. So knowing this history, knowing this legacy, knowing the deep roots that we have between China and Namibia, as well as China and Africa, it's why we are here today. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what are some of your expectations for the upcoming forum, knowing that there are so many things that we should be aware of.
Good. My experience from this 9th forum, FOCAC, is that we continue to cooperate. We continue to learn from China, because China proved beyond doubt that they mean business in terms of cooperation, in terms of helping us where we are, without judging us from where we are coming from. What I want to have as outcome is that we need to bring more young people to China to study about innovation, about culture, about economics, about commerce, especially the cross-border operation, and trade, and also hard work. You see, I'm sure you saw in Namibia, the Chinese working 24 hours.
Yes.
Every day. While Namibia people have time for church and all these kind of things. Nothing wrong with the church. But what I'm saying is that the Namibian people can learn from China hard work.
Hard working, yeah.
And commitment. And also, we can learn from China reconciliation. Reconciliation. Because people in Africa, some of them are fighting for no reason. They're fighting. In Namibia, they were not fighting. We are peaceful because we are.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we can learn so much from China, especially if we respect the Mao Zedong legacy. Mao Zedong saved us from the world collapse. It was Mao Zedong who saved us. So now we need to learn that history so that we understand where we are coming from, and also we appreciate the hard work of the Chinese people who are ready to work hard despite the challenges of history. That chapter is closed. But in Africa, people are still trying to find unnecessary contradictions. And Mao Zedong told us how to handle, in his red book, correct handling of class contradictions. He told us how to solve those contradictions. What I'm trying to say is that we as young people, we need to take this Mao Zedong legacy seriously and deepen thoughts in the new era, so that we can hold hands. And this FOCAC is opportunity for us to also to look at BRICS as a new system of payment. So we get away from this American dollar mentality. So we should do with the Yuan, which is more customer friendly, which is more cooperation. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm expecting from FOCAC further cooperation, improvement of implementations of decisions. I repeat again, I want better implementation of decision. The decision being taken by our leaders, Africa and China, should be implemented. And for the implementation, as young people, we need to understand the bigger picture. It's not only cooperation, it's world peace, world trade, peaceful coexistence. We need to do all these things. We need to understand some of these things. And also, you mentioned that Namibia, our Namibian NBC, has a cooperation with CCTV. This is why you have all this news on our CCTV. It's because we understood the bigger picture of our relationship, for our cooperation, where we are coming from. That's why we need to continue cooperating. So that's why you see people in Namibia are very interested in the news. They are interested in the leadership of Jinping. They're interested in his thoughts. Because thought is the best thoughts you can ever have. Because these thoughts are improving on Mao Zedong legacy. And not this legacy. When we talk about Mao Zedong legacy, we are not only talking about Mao Zedong in isolation. We talk about Mao Zedong in terms of African relations. Mao Zedong, Sam Nujoma, Nyerere, Kwame Nkrumah, Mandela. All this is a generation of people, African China leaders, who moved together in a direction, despite the fact that we were all poor.
Not only Namibia, His Excellency mentioned Tanzania, South Africa, the first generation leader.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency.
And I want to follow up on a question. At our discussion earlier, before this starts, you mentioned that we should tell our story more forcefully. But and you're also seeing that the West are actually judging Africa as well as profiling a picture of China or an Africa cooperation with some tax on it, saying we have some attempts, we have some political attempts in this continent. What are your thoughts on those kind of accusations?
No, you see, this is why I want young people to go back to the basics. Read Marx, Engels, Lenin, Mao and Jinping thought to understand the guidance. This is all capitalist, imperialist propaganda, because Namibia, Africa and China hold hands in good faith. You can ask these guys who are doing project. some of these projects, we didn't finish pay them, but they don't harass us with money. Ask him, I know. I was minister. So China give us all the help, but they don't force us to pay. We can only pay when we are ready. So now, because the American, all these imperialist agents, imperialist world don't want China and Africa to cooperate, because they know if they're cooperating, the future is secured. And the friendly is honest and open. So my understanding is clear that these are propaganda against a good cause. A good cause. And that good cause is for cooperation between Africa and China. And Namibia want to take opportunity to continue cooperating with China. This is the only way out. So let me just take an example. He was talking about the roads. Namibia 35 years ago, Namibia 35 years independence. 35 years ago, go to Namibia and see the roads now. You see the difference. Okay. Where were they? Where were they? When we wanted roads, they were not there. It's only when China come to help us with roads, now they also want to come and talk all kind of stories to keep us out together. What I'm trying is they keep us apart.
Yeah.
But the African leaders, that's why you see them here. By the 2nd of December, they will all be here. They will all be here.
Yeah.
To show solidarity with China. And Jinping, as the president of China, will be happy to welcome them.
Yeah.
And to map out a future agenda together. Now what we need to do, we need to make sure that we implement the decision correctly and fairly, so that we do justice to the FOCAC.
And I will ask this to a gentleman about what are some of the opportunities that you guys are seeing in Namibia that you would like to share with other colleagues or peers? That what are the opportunities and fields of cooperation that you would like to invest more?
Before entering into this topic, I would like to thanks to Mr. Ambassador. He recalled the history of China and Namibia friendship. Namibia and the Namibia people is one of the best friend of China and Chinese people in Africa. I would like to share with some other examples of social responsibility which Chico has already done in Namibia. Since 2007, we have conducted over 30 donations or public service activities to schools, communities, and other organizations which covering 10 provinces in Namibia. Chico has donated more than 6 classrooms at Karibib and Otiginene, 26 rooms and some villas at Roundtable, and 9 houses and rooms at Okondijatu, totally benefiting more than thousands of students and local people. And another example is about table tennis. We just finished Olympic Games. One of our Chinese colleagues has voluntarily served as the national coach of Namibia national table tennis team, providing free guidance and training to the team member since 2011. This has led to Namibia achieving the 3rd place in the AUSC Region Table Tennis Championship in 2015. That is the best ever result for them. So let's go back to the topic. Chico has built visible road and bridge in Namibia. And these beautiful and quality roads are leading to a path to prosperity for Namibia. Meanwhile, we have built invisible road of win-win situation to link Namibia and China closer and closer. Thanks to the all-weather relationship and the brotherhood between China and Namibia, we are looking forward to being a more critical role in the progress of China-Namibia economic and trade relationship. Long live the Sino-Namibia friendship. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
Can I react? Yeah, no, I feel, you see, he mentioned Caribbean 2 times. Caribbean is my hometown.
Oh, Caribbean.
I know. You see what I was, my hometown. So Caribbean is my hometown. So what you mentioned, I know very well. So what you are saying is true. We just need to continue telling these good stories and make sure that the legacy is important. The legacy of Sam Nujoma, need to continue so that people understand that, and the reason to give us more reasons to cooperate. So your generation cooperate with young. Nujoma Mao generation is finished. Now the young generation need to understand why cooperation.
Yes.
Why cooperation? Why cooperation with China? For example, Namibia is one of the countries in Africa that also has a free mind. China is a good friend, but they cannot prescribe us. We just cooperate in good faith. We also have our own money that we borrow from the International Bank
Yeah.
to build roads. But we give to China company to build. It's not only Chinese that give us money. We also have our own money from African Bank to build roads. And we give some of these roads to be built by China people because they're our friends, getting money from us. But sometimes we don't tell these good stories too. We only talk about China give us. No, China it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
We help each other. We borrow money from the international institutions to build roads, and we give to the China people because some of them are good builders and some to Namibians. It's a win-win situation. I fully agree. So this is why. But my point I want to understand is, everybody to understand is, it's only when you understand where you are coming from, when you understand the legacy of Mao Zedong, will be able to see, like Jinping, why we need to learn Marx, Engels, Lenin, and Jinping thoughts. So you need to get all those books, Jinping thoughts books, and study them, so to help them, because you might not, your parents might not have tell you about Deng Xiaoping, Zhou Enlai, Mao Zedong, 1962, 1968, 1969, 1971, 1976. They might not have tell you this. You need to read now, because all Jinping books are available for you to read, so you understand why we need to cooperate. Why your CCTV need to cooperate with Namibia? It's because we have a legacy to promote, and we also have a historical mission of long march. We march together. China is not marching alone. We march together in the long march. For that to understand, I must understand the 1922-23 long march to 1949. That march, you need to understand that. It's only where you'll be able to appreciate the cooperation between Africa and China, and to keep it what we call sustainable development.
Sustainable development.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it from Mr. Jiang.
Yeah, actually, when we go to that topic, I think the potentials for collaboration is vast. Previously, we specialized in mining section, but like now, as the Mr. Ambassador is mentioning before, Namibia has the best sunlight. Like we have a lot of potentials for collaboration in renewable energy, because CGN, the parent company of SU, is specialized for clean energy group. So like renewable energy is definitely an area that we can collaborate, because the sunlight, enough sunlight of Namibia. And also, like, I think SU has a lot of like social donations to education, because education, as Mr. Ambassador is saying, like you need to have those younger generation to know about the future, give them the bigger picture. So Chinese scholarship program is already a good example. So we have already set up the Chinese scholarship program, and then like we have potential. We can ask those Namibians to come to China, more students to come to China for like university or even master or doctor degree. And education is another area. And SU is really excited about like expanding our operations, cooperations, going into the water resources management. The government has approved a new desalination plant built by SU. And then that's another area we have stepped into. That's a new area for us. Even that's a new area for us, and it's a challenge. We still like love to create this win-win situation, because whenever we have enough desalination water, like it's good for our own operation, and it's also like good for the citizen, because it's a better way to address the Namibia's water scarcity, right? Because Namibia, like in Christmas, around Christmas, the Swakopmund, like sometimes the water will shut for 4 to 5 hours per day just to save water for tourism. So those are all the areas for potential collaboration. I think the collaboration, when we have a bigger picture of how we can cooperate, we can dig much potential to like for us to cooperate, because our goal is to work together with global partners to deal with global climate crisis. So like renewable energy is the solution. So, and also CGN is focusing on transformation and upgrading the energy structure. So I think those are the areas we can cooperate.
Yeah. Also, Namibia as a country want to make history. We are busy also with hydrogen. Hydrogen project. Maybe you also want to tell the Chinese to join us in promoting this hydrogen, because China has experience in terms of hydrogen production. Namibia is impact on the hydrogen initiatives. Our late president, may his soul rest in peace, started this project, and we want to continue with it. And you can only succeed if we have cooperate with our Chinese friends.
I think that cooperation is already on the table. Hydrogen power.
Yeah, and we want Namibia want to bring it on the agenda of FOCAC. Yeah, so it's
something we can look forward to.
Yeah.
And I think we're near the end of the roundtable discussions. Anything to add, Ambassador?
Yeah. No, the only one I want to add is that I cannot keep on speaking loud about China love for Africa. We need to impress this cooperation for a shared prosperity. We also need to, as people, we also need to have difficult conversations about how best we want to go about this cooperation. Because I've been here for 8 years now, but I understand the young people have no idea the role played by Mao Zedong. I want you guys must go back to the basics and support Jinping thoughts and read more to understand that part. So when we talk about win-win situation, we really mean it. So the leaders, Africa, want us to win-win situation. But the young people who are now in operations have no idea what it means. That's why I said we must go back to the basics and understand the history, where we're coming from, where are we going, where are we going. While the Jinping generation is still alive, then the Nyoma generation is still alive, so that we give the young African, young Chinese help to continue with the legacy. That legacy of Mao Zedong, Sam Nujoma, Mandela, Nyerere, and all others need to continue. It's only because we have a successful and a win-win shared future for Africa and China. Thank you.
And any good wishes for China and Africa friendship?
Thank you, Cheng. Thank you for inviting us here. And thank you for Mr. Ambassador. We are so lucky for doing something in your hometown. And in exchange, can I inviting you to our hometown?
Yeah.
Chico is based in Henan province.
Okay.
Compared with Namibia, 3 million people, Henan province has 100 million people. So we are waiting you in Henan.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Thank you.
And also, Mr. Jiang?
At the end, I would utilize this opportunity to promote Namibia. Actually, it's backwards, promote Namibia. Personally, I would describe Namibia as a land of beauty and enthusiasm, with a rich culture heritage and warm, welcoming people. So a lot of good aspects. For those of you who are interested in experiencing a unique landscape, diverse wildlife, as mentioned by Mr. Ambassador, and also vibrant communities, I think Namibia offers an unparalleled experience. So that's my promotion at last.
And I guess that wraps up this edition of Roundtable Discussions, Coffee with Ambassadors. I'm reporter Chen Ziyuan, and tomorrow at the same time, my colleague Zhao Yunfei will be here again talking with another ambassador from Africa countries, and that's all we have for now. Bye for now.